Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost, poem number 1 in class 10 in your English subject, prepared and presented by VGR. Now, about the poet. Robert Lee Frost was an American poet. He was born on March 26, 1874 in San Francisco, California, and was died January 29, 1963 at the age of 88 in Boston, Massachusetts. His work was initially published in England before it was published in America. Known for his realistic depictions of rural life and his command of American colloquial speech, Frost frequently wrote about settings from rural life in New England in the early 20th century, using them to examine complex social and philosophical themes. Here you can able to see the picture of the poet Robert Frost and his poem A Dust of Snow. You can able to see the crow and the dust of the hemlock tree. Frost was honored frequently during his lifetime and is the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prizes for poetry. Here you can able to see the picture of the Pulitzer Prizes. He became one of America's rare public literary figures, almost an artistic institution. He was awarded the Congressional Gold Medal in 1960 for his poetic works. On July 22, 1961, Frost was named Poet Laureate of Vermont. This poem, Dust of Snow, is taken from the collection of poems in the book New Hampshire, which won Pulitzer Prize in 1924. Here you can able to see the picture of his book New Hampshire and the Pulitzer Prize medals. His notable works, there are so many numbers of notable works. I have just selected a few here to show you. One is the Boysville, north of Boston, New Hampshire, and so on. Notable awards, Pulitzer Prize for Poetry and Congressional Gold Medal and Bowling Prize also. Robert's most famous poems you can come across The Road Not Taken, Birches, Fire and Ice, Mending Wall, Home Burial, The Death of the Hired Man, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Acquainted with the Night, etc. So many poems considered to be the most famous ones. Here you can able to see the picture of Robert Frost at his young age and in his old age, at the age of 88 also. Central idea of the poem. The Dust of Snow by Robert Frost is a small and simple poem with a deep meaning. It expresses the significance of small things in changing one's attitude. The poem reiterates that the little things in life can make huge changes in our future. It also shows that if we take the hard times of life in stride, eventually something will happen to change our situation into happier times. The message given by the poet Robert Frost through the poem Dust of Snow is a positive change can take place through negativity also. The little thing can bring big change in life. Simple act of kindness done can inspire others with enthusiasm and may bring huge change in their lives. Did you know? Frost was the first of only 5 poets to recite a poem at US presidential inauguration. Central idea or theme of this poem. Frost demonstrated an enviable versatility of theme, but he most commonly investigated human contacts with the natural world in small encounters that serve as metaphors for larger aspects of the human condition. He often often portrayed the human ability to turn even the slightest incident or natural detail to emotional profit, seen at its most economical form in Dust of Snow. Harriet Monroe notes that Frost is most interested in showing the human reaction to nature's process. Here you can able to see the picture of a stamp in the name of Robert Frost. Before we entering into the poem, we should know the background of the poet, especially his personal life. Robert Frost's personal life was plagued by grief and loss. In 1885, when he was 11, his father died of tuberculosis and the family has to leave. And Frost's mother died of cancer in 1900. Even 1920, he had to commit his younger sister Jenny to a mental hospital where she died 9 years later. Mental illness apparently ran in Frost's family as both he and his mother suffered from depression, and his daughter Irma was committed to a mental hospital in 1947. Frost's wife Eleanor also experienced bouts of depression. Eleanor and Robert Frost had 6 children. Son Elliot from 1896 to 1900. He was also died of cholera. Daughter Leslie Frost Ballantyne from 1899 to 1983, and son Carol 1900 to 1940. Both of them committed suicide. Daughter Irma from 1903 to 1967 and daughter Marjorie 1905 to 1934 died as a result of puerperal fever after the childbirth. And daughter Eleanor Bettina, she's also died just 1 day after her birth in 1907. So only Leslie and Irma outlived their father, means they have lived last when compared with the father. Even Frost's wife, who had heart problems throughout her life, developed breast cancer in 1937 and died of heart failure in 1938. So, by seeing this background, we come to know that the mental illness or they are suffered, he and his mother suffered from the depression. Even the wife also had the bouts of depression. So, mostly time he feel in the depression form. His emotions are considered to be depressed. So you can find this background effect you can identify in the poem A Dust of Snow. Maybe, maybe, I'm not sure. Dust of Snow introduction. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost is a simple and short poem, yet with a deeper and larger meaning. The poet explains how an act as a petty as experiencing snow on one's body can brighten one's day up. The message of the poem is put into words by Robert Frost. Always, always a larger significance. A little thing touches a larger thing. Here you can able to see the picture of a crow in a hemlock tree. Now we enter into the poem The Dust of Snow. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Stanza 1. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So here crow, snow, the rhyming scheme A, and the next one me, tree, and here you can see the rhyming scheme B. So the rhyming scheme for the first stanza is AB. In this stanza, you can find that way means manner. Crow is a black bird, a scavenger bird. Shook here represents emotionally or physically disturbed. Dust of snow means a particles of dust. Hemlock tree means a poisonous plant, a tree with a small white flowers. Here you can able to see the picture of the hemlock tree where the crow is sitting, and you can find the dust of snow particles in the tree too. Before we enter into the explanation of the poem, we should collect some few points about the crow. Crow is a member of nature. It is considered to be the sorrow or sad mood. Here in this poem, it shooks the branch of the hemlock tree and make a change in the mood of the poet. That means from negativity, it creates a positive thought in the mind of the poet. And you already know that crow is a black color bird or a dark bird with a dark pitched voice. It's an omnivorous. You can consider it as a scavenger which eats both vegetable as well as non-veg also. Means it have the both characters in its nature. And this crow also remains for bad luck or ill omen or bad omen, shows the depressive, sorrowful or bitter side of the life, and even it resembles the symbol of death or dejection or depression or shows dark side of nature. In Bible, in the story of Noah's Ark, Noah set loose a raven, a crow, after the rain to check the weather as well as water have receded condition outside of the ark. But crows show a negative response, that is, it never came back to Noah's Ark, which symbolically shows fear or loathing. So again, he sends a dove to check the weather condition outside of the Noah's Ark, whether the climate area is good for survive or not. So here you can able to see the crow is having a dual character. Whether it looks black in color, nobody will compare this as an angel. But here it is for the poet, it's a very small thing, but remain like an angel which changes the mood of negative mood of the poet into a positive one. Now we will get some few ideas about the hemlock. The hemlock tree is the poem Dust of Snow represents the dark side of nature along with the depressive, sorrowful, and bitter side or darkness, a mystery, a suffering, or bitterness in the life of the nature. But here, hemlock tree signifies as a symbol of poison and toxicity. But in the poem, hemlock tree sheds off the snow on the poet that uplifts his mood from despair to happy. It is considered to be an unconventional tree in this poem. But when we see the tree, a normal as a hemlock tree, if you see the normal condition and its use merits and demerits, these points will be considered as hemlock tree is a very poisonous tree, as it also known as Tsuga canadensis or eastern hemlock or Conium maculatum. It's a herbaceous with white flower, belongs to the carrot family. It is a state tree of Pennsylvania. It has a sacred meaning to adherent of some pagan religions and symbolizes protection and healing. And normally, hemlock poisoning occurs after ingesting any part of the plant, such as the seeds, flowers, or leaves or fruits. All parts of this plant contain toxic alkaloids that can be fatal even in small amounts. The alkaloids can affect nerve impulse transmission to your muscles, eventually killing you through respiratory failure. Despite serious safety concerns, hemlock leaves, roots, and seeds are used to make medicine. It is used for breathing problems, including bronchitis, whooping cough, and asthma, and for painful conditions including teething in children, swollen and painful joints, and cramps. Hemlock is also used for anxiety and mania. So these are the normal things you should know about hemlock. Though the tree is a poison one, it has some medicinal effect. Though here the poet is using it as a poisonous tree, but here he shows it's for protection and healing his inner mind and give the awareness about the inner sense. It gives the inner sense that what life means. Here you can able to see the picture of the eastern hemlock and its white flowers, and this is the fruit of the hemlock tree. And here you can able to see the crow which is flying in between the snow dust. Now the stanza 1 explanation. The poet Robert Frost recounts a small incident that changes his mood. It seems very simple, but it has great significance. The poet was once very depressed and hopeless. He was in a state of sorrow and was lost in his thoughts. He was standing under the hemlock tree. Suddenly, a crow that was sitting on the tree shook the tree, and the fine particles of the snow from the tree fell on the poet. Here, dust of snow refers to the tiny particles of the snow. The particles are so small that poet referred to them as dust. The poet was in awful mood when particles of snow had fallen on him. This changed the poet's frame of mind instantly, and his day got a lot better. The crow and the hemlock tree represent sorrow. The dust of snow that is shaken off the hemlock tree by the crow stands for joy that Frost experiences. He has therefore used an unconventional tree and bird in order to contrast them with the joy in the form of snow. So the crow and the hemlock tree in the poem Dust of Snow, written by Robert Frost, represents the dark side of nature along with a depressive, sorrowful, and bitter side. The crow is a bird that is dark and comes with a dark pitched voice. Similarly, the hemlock tree is poisonous and gives bitter fruit. Here you can able to see the picture of a crow, hemlock tree, and the dust on the hemlock tree. Stanza 2 has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Heart, part, C, mood, rude, D. So the rhyming scheme of this stanza is CD. Here mood represents a state of mind. Rude here means held in regret or repented or wasted the day feeling sad. Saved here means saved from being wasted, and part means portion. Here you can able to see the picture of the dust of snow in a hemlock tree. Stanza 2. When the soft and cold snow fell on the poet, it changed his mood from sad to happy. He started feeling soothed and refreshed. This simple incident helped him enjoy the remaining part of the day. He thus became happy as it saved his rest of the day from being wasted and held in regret. Analysis. The shortest poem in his collection in a single sentence is considered to be The Dust of Snow. The narrator is not a pessimist. He was momentarily paralyzed. He was trying to make sense of things from the nature, and finally he found out the reasons and get the courage to go ahead his life. And he saved that day, whatever is left of the day will be in a refreshed mood. And he found the rare inner sense and the sense of awareness by the incident. Fighter at ease with the life is changeable and accepting that change leads to change in every life and understands that bad day means not bad life. Regarding the crow, it gives the narrator a much needed break. It appears in the middle of the winter season and it is considered to be an unlikely angel by the poet. By this, the poet get the hope and salvation are not offices of beauty. That means through this negativity, we will get positive things too, is uh, depicted from this poem. And hemlock tree, here we misunderstood the character of the tree and but ignored the support and sources. But actually, it makes good things. It from the hemlock tree we can produce the medicine. So how much you allow it, that defines its possibilities. So here the scavenger bird, the crow, and the poison synonym this hemlock. So to the credit of the narrator, as to the nature, he used the hemlock tree. When we come to the nature, nature is considered to be the power to rejuvenate our life. Life itself can often be such a distraction from truly living. So artificial became anxieties and obligations will appear in our life. So here the poet appreciates the little joy of life by standing under the hemlock tree. So here anomalies, the world and our lives are full of anomalies. Anomalies means that something that deviates from what is expected or normal. So don't go by appearances on repetitions. So don't see the appearance of the color or the appearance of the crow and the character of the hemlock. Find out what help it gives to the people or to the nature, how it changes our mind, how positivity we are collecting from the things. That is a deviation, deviated the poet. And dynamism, here the embracing life as it comes our way and welcome change and keep moving on that way. Dynamism means by the theory or doctrine or philosophical system that attempt to explain the phenomena of universe in terms of immanent force or energy. That by standing under, yeah, beneath the tree, the writer comes to know that this thing, the death thing, this kind of mentality, depression will occur for everybody's life in every person, but we should come across that and we should welcome the change that happen in the world, and we have to live according to the changes, and we should accept the change what happening in the universe. So dust of snow, literary or poetic devices used in the poem. So here we find the rhyme scheme is A B A B C D C D. That means here the writer used the quatrain technique. Frost was widely admired for his mastery of metrical form, which he often set against the natural rhythms of everyday adorned speech. His strongest elegance probably was to the quatrain, with simple rhymes such as ABAB and ABCB, and with its rustications, he was able to achieve an infinite variety, as in the aforementioned Dust of Snow and the Desert Places. So in Dust of Snow, he has used the quatrain technique in the poem. So, what is meant by quatrain? Is a stanza of 4 lines. It's a type of a stanza or a complete poem consisting of 4 lines. It is existing in a variety of form. Quatrain appears in poems from the poetic tradition of various ancient civilizations. This technique would be used. For example, in ancient Rome, ancient Italy, ancient Greece, these kind of technique used in the poem. And this poem is considered to be the one of the smallest poem in his collection, New Hampshire Book. And the symbolism used in the poem is hemlock tree, which symbolizes the poison, and crow is considered to be the fear or death or depression or dejection, etc. Here the poet used an enjambment technique in the poem. Enjambment here means that when the same sentence continues to the next line without the use of any punctuation marks. It is called enjambment. It has been used throughout the poem by the poet in this poem. Next one is alliteration. The occurrence of same letter or sound at the beginning of the adjacent or closely connected words. The alliteration used in this here stanzas like has given my heart, H H, and saved some part, S S. So here the hers and sir is repeated. Alliteration is used. And assonance also used according to this stanza. The prominence of vowel sound throughout the line called assonance. In the line 1, stanza 1, you can find O, shook down on me, O. The sound O is prominent. And the consonants sound like H, S, D. That means her, does, sir. Sound is repeated. So consonant, the sound is also prominent in this poem. And another technique is inversion. When the structure of a sentence is changed by the poet to create rhyme, this poetic license is called inversion. So in stanza 1, inversion can be seen. And you can also find out the first stanza represents the negativity, and in the second stanza you can find out the positiveness in the mind of the writer. So, summary. The short poem by Robert Frost throws light upon the unimaginable healing power of nature and tiny things. From a bad mood to ill health, there is nothing that can be cured by nature. The author was experiencing one such bad day when a crow movement near a hemlock tree dusted snow upon him. The snow instantly makes him happier. His day gets a lot better. Thus, the supremacy of nature as a whole made him realize how petty this problem was. The fact that hemlock tree is poisonous, combined with crow being the indicator of doom and fear, are used in the poem as the carriers of happiness in the life of narrator is ironical. The poet, through these objects, has tried to highlight that sometimes creatures linked with negative aspects of life can be the bringer of change and happiness. Being outdoors in nature with all its unpredictability can benefit anyone, anywhere, at any time. Now sum up. So the poet is upset and sitting under the hemlock tree. Suddenly a crow sitting on the tree shakes the tree, and then fine particles of snow from the tree falls on the poet. The soft and cold touch of the snow changes the poet's mood from sad to happy. He starts feeling soothed and refreshed. In this way, a simple movement proves to be very significant and saves the rest of the day of poet from being wasted and held in regret. The black crow is commonly a symbol of death and fear. Since the crow is not associated with goodness, it is ironic that in this poem it is doing a good deed by shaking off the snow. Robert Frost didn't choose to use an oak or maple or pine tree. No, instead he chose the hemlock tree, which is usually associated with poison and toxicity. Anyway, the beautiful snow that adorns the poisonous hemlock tree's branches is shaken off by the scary crow. So analysis, or you can make it as another sum up. So Robert Frost uses the elements of the fearsome crow and poisonous hemlock tree to do something good. Shake the white, pure snow off the branches. This good act lifts the suicidal person's spirits, causing him to change his mind about killing himself. The small act causes the man to have an enlightened insight. We have a poisonous hemlock tree covered in pure white snow and a man who is depressed, planning to kill himself and walking under the tree. At that precise moment, the black crow of death shakes the pure, good snow onto the man. All that goodness helps a man to change his mind about killing himself. Instead, he decides to live, forget the regret and sorrow to enable healing. The poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frederick writes that the little thing in life can make huge changes in our future. It also shows that if we can take the hard times of life in stride, eventually something will happen to change our situation into happier times. The simple things we do for others can make all the difference. Just think about those random acts of kindness we do and how much they brighten a person's day, and sometimes noticing and appreciating all the small things in life will make our life happier. It will also cause us to have a spirit that is willing to change and therefore succeed, change their future. Thank you. If you like this video, please subscribe it